Greetings, soul family. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Gabby, the Divine Pioneer. Today, let us have a heart-to-heart about your mind, about how to control your mind and how to tame your monkey mind. It is highly imperative at every stage of your life that you are acting out of your own reverence, that you are doing things that feels heart-centered, that feels unique and authentic to you. What you never want to get caught doing is impulsively acting and not knowing the source of this impulsion. You know, you're constantly filling your mind with things. Like, imagine scrolling through social media for like 5 hours a day and then watching TV or talking to multitudes of people. You know, you at work talking to people, you know, your neighbors, you're talking to your family at home, you know, your spouse, whatever. You're just constantly absorbing so much information. But remember, you do not need to let things rent space in your mind. You need to evict anything in your mind that does not serve you, anything that is not of your own awareness, that it didn't come from your conscious awareness. And how do you need to do that? You need to get still. You need to quiet your monkey mind. And that is so hard to do. And I know when you first start out, it's overwhelming, because imagine being someone who has never meditated before and who does not know how to get still and silent. It is so difficult. I remember in my beginning stages, I was very overwhelmed. The thoughts constantly flow. I feel like my body starts to move. I have, you know, random urges to like move instead of sit still and be quiet. It's so difficult, I know. But anything that is difficult, waiting behind that difficulty is a true gift. Waiting for you to discover it, but you have to go through that difficult phase first. You have to actually fight the thoughts. Replace them with nothingness. Literally. Tell yourself, that's not my thought, and move on. Start to be the observer of your mind. Observe your thoughts. Observe what feels like you and observe what's not you. Entities are around us always. Spirits that are lingering are around you. Your ancestor spirits are around you. And there are dark demonic forces around you. This is how we can create heaven and hell on earth, because those influences penetrate our minds and cause us to act in a heavenly way or a hellish way. And because we didn't observe where those thoughts came from and we just impulsively acted on those thoughts, we have now created the reality of heaven or the reality of hell on earth. And I want you to realize that you have the control. The God within you has given you everything that you need to create heaven on earth or hell on earth. It is up to you. So what you need to do is literally start with a guided style meditation. You know, look on YouTube and type in guided meditation for like 10 minutes. Start out super small, like 10 minutes, literally. Some people even do like a 5-minute one. But I would say you should be able, you know, to sit for 10 minutes and use the visualization techniques of a guided meditation to help you filter out your thoughts. And then eventually move up to 15 minutes and then no guide. Do you understand? You take the wheel of your own mind at that point and observe your thoughts. Allow them to come to you and pass right by. What I like to do, it's almost like a seal of approval for me to say that's not my thought. And I'm saying it to myself in my mind. So as thoughts come up, and these thoughts can get real crazy. Okay, I don't know. Put down in the comments if you've had real crazy, outlandish, ridiculous ass thoughts that you know you would never do these things in real life, but you just thought up some crazy shit. Put it in the comments. I know you have. We all do. And what you need to do is simply say, that's not my thought. You know, in this process, it's going to require a constant awareness and a constant discipline to stay consistent. Consistency is key. I did a video about this. Consistency is key. And persistence is key. And discipline is key in order for you to accomplish anything, right? So not just meditation, folks, anything that you want to accomplish, but everything starts in the mind. All is mind. Everything began with a thought. You may have had, you know, something inspire you. You might have saw someone create something, a really dope invention, and you like, man, that's amazing. And then all of a sudden you start thinking and you start building upon that invention in your own mind, like, well, what if we created it this way and now it could also do this on top of that? Because all we do is take each other's ideas and get inspired and then generate something else unique from that. And that's all good because we're all connected anyway. And what you would do with that thought is you would do some kind of discipline. You would do some kind of consistent research, some kind of action, inspired by your inspiration, inspired by your heart center. And this thing started in the mind first. So thoughts become things. It's a real thing. So then you have that thing that came into your mind, that came into your consciousness from some outside inspiration, more than likely. Or it could be a completely original thought, because that still happens. We do still have completely original thoughts. But sidebar, don't think that if you don't take action to manifest that original thought that probably was given to you by some divine source, that divine source will take that original idea and put it into the ether, and somebody else's consciousness will grab it. And that's how you can see your own original thought manifested through somebody else. It's because you didn't act on it, so somebody else will act on it. So don't lunch and don't sit on these thoughts. That's number one. Now back to, you know, thoughts become things. When you have control of your mind and you take that inspired action from that thought, you create something, and with that action you manifest something into some kind of tangible, real thing, something that you can visually now see. You do that through writing it down, making a business plan, by speaking and networking about the thing that you're trying to bring to fruition, and getting other resources to bring that thing into fruition, right? And all those collaborative efforts have now manifest, you know, some invention, some new app, or a book was generated, a course, you know, a new clothing line, whatever, jewelry, whatever it is that you thought of from that inspiration, you created it and manifested into reality. This is how powerful your mind is. So why would you not want to control your mind? Why would you allow things to rent space in your mind? Okay? And just spew out all kinds of things that are not from your heart, that are not of you.